The South Today Bulletin, proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Tonight on the South Today, Queenstown medical staff train life-saving skills in remote areas using some cutting-edge technology. An Otago military historian visits a local cemetery in Timaru to uncover an untold story buried underground. And a Dunedin library showcases a collection of old books and pages displaying prints throughout history. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Hannah Wilkins. International medical staff have been putting some new technology to the test through a simulation in remote Central Otago. It's part of a medical symposium designed to show how better access to a portable machine could help save lives when the clock is ticking.
Calls for better access to this portable technology, which could save lives, particularly in remote rescues. These medical experts work together to save a drowning victim with emergency life support machines as a part of a simulation during a medical symposium in Terrace. Extracorporeal membrane oxygenation, known as ECMO, allows a machine to take over the work of the heart and lungs to circulate and oxygenate blood.
We put a tube in the vein of the body that pulls that blue blood out. It goes onto a membrane that pushes oxygen into the blood. And then we put another tube in the arteries and we push the oxygenated blood back in.
Much of New Zealand's ECMO expertise is currently centred in Auckland, but there's a push to see the technology become more readily available across the country, with medical staff trained on how to use these devices, which can help improve response times in life-saving situations.
So we're trying to train the intensive care units in the cardiac centres, so that means that we would have ECMO capability in Dunedin, in Christchurch, in Wellington and in Waikato.
Dunedin Hospital is a big supporter of the technology. It's taken it a step further, with mobile ECMO devices available on board Otago Southland rescue helicopters, meaning staff are able to treat patients in hard-to-reach locations when the clock is ticking. Organisers are pleased there's growing availability of life-saving ECMO technology across New Zealand, but say better coordination between the regions is critical to improve care. In Terrace, the South Today.
Dunedin could be about to get another set of golden arches as fast food giant McDonald's reveals plans to open a fourth restaurant in the city.
McDonald's has been scoping out the site of the former Green Island commercial tavern. The fast food chain already has restaurants in the central city, North Dunedin and Andersons Bay, and boasts more than 170 outlets nationwide. The community pub on Main South Road closed in late 2021 after about 150 years of operation. Consent was sought to demolish the tavern to make way for an early learning centre, but it's understood those plans have since been shelved. There's been a mixed reaction from the community, some residents citing concerns about increased traffic at the intersection, which is bounded by two roundabouts. Others are happy to welcome the Golden Arches, while some would prefer to see the chain in Mosgiel. Public opposition and restrictions around opening hours prompted McDonald's to drop plans to open a restaurant in Mosgiel in 2012. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A military historian is on the hunt for the descendants of a man buried in Timaru in an effort to tell his story. Four-time National Award winner Peter Trevathan visited the local cemetery in Timaru to see what he could dig up.
Underneath this Timaru cemetery gravestone lies the untold story of John Lisman Potter. He was the last known survivor of the Eureka Stockade Rebellion, an uprising during Australia's gold rush. But Otago man Peter Trevathan wants to uncover the story. Trevathan's a four-time National Award-winning military historian who researches war militants buried across Otago. He hopes to erect a sign detailing the story of Potter's connection to the Eureka Stockade in Victoria, as he's done in other locations around Otago.
People should know about these people buried here and the history behind these people. As I said, people walk up and down this grave every day and they don't know the history of this man and how important it is.
Potter was buried in the Timaru cemetery after his death in 1921 at the age of 98. Trevathon believes it's important to bring these stories to life and reckons it's quite a unique and often overlooked history buried underneath the soil.
I've walked around a lot of cemeteries and you don't find many British or Commonwealth veterans in such a small gravesite like this.
Trevathon needs to get approval from the council before installing a sign honouring John Lismond Potter, but is confident he'll secure the funds and help make the project possible. In Timaru, the South Today.
Scientists have released more details on the mysterious Moa footprints discovered in the Maniatoto 4 years ago. The 7 fossilised footprints were found in the Kyburn riverbed in 2019, the first to be found in the South Island. A team of research scientists from New Zealand and Australia have established the footprint was most likely left from a relative of the heavy-footed Moa. The first tracks discovered gave researchers more to work with. They've determined the bird was around 85 kilograms and walked at a speed of 2.6 kilometres per hour. Significantly, the team believe the tracks were at least 3.6 million years old, offering a rare glimpse into a period of Moa evolution that's not well understood. The Dunedin Public Library is taking a trip back in time, showcasing a range of books from over the years. The Glory of Print exhibition takes visitors on a journey through printing history and includes a valuable page out of a Bible that revolutionised Western civilization.
A rare chance to be transported back into the past, and a chance to soak up some of literature's most important history. The Reed Gallery at Dunedin Public Library is hosting an exhibition entitled Glory of Print. It's a display of books that helped shape the way things are printed today. The collection goes right back to the 1400s, showcasing the birth of a different printing technique that was barely altered for another 400 years.
So yeah, it's very much about the birth of a massive invention, and people can get a sense of that and appreciate its great beauty as well.
The Reed Gallery opened in 2006, creating a dedicated space for heritage books donated by Alfred Hamish Reed to the library since the 1940s. Among his valuable collection was this single leaf out of the Gutenberg Bible. It was the first major printed book in Europe, and until recently, this was the only example held in New Zealand.
Printing in the European context is one of the most important inventions of Western civilization.
The Glory of Print is the Reed Gallery's summer exhibition, with Europe's rich printing history on display on the library's 3rd floor until late February. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Whaiakane, still to come on the South Today. A father and son motocross duo show off their skills at the New Zealand AMP show, and 20 years of radio entertainment is celebrated at a Dunedin rest home.
Here at Aged Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at agedconcernotago.com.
Such a sweet girl. What are you dreaming about?
Just music.
The power of dreams by Honda.
My mate John's here to spice up your bedroom. He's taken 25% off beds. Plus, don't pay a cent till 2025. John's the mattress master.
And my mate John.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. A father and son motocross duo are showing off their aerial stunt riding skills at the New Zealand A&P show this week. And the event's been boosted by a visit from international stunt riders, the Freestyle Kings, who've been passing on a few tips.
Young motocross riders, eagerly listening to advice from their international idols.
Have you done the walkthrough, or you just go stuff it, we're on?
World-class motocross stunt riders, the Freestyle Kings, are in town to promote their upcoming show in Christchurch. Ashburton father and son duo, Jason and Thomas Easton, are among the motocross riders competing at this week's New Zealand Agricultural Show and is welcoming the encouragement.
You've got Robbie Madison there, who's a bit of a legend of freestyle, so it's pretty cool for the kids that know freestyle. It's pretty cool for them, that's for sure.
Easton decided to take part in the public event at the show to support his son.
I've been road racing since I was about 20 odd years old. Had a good career doing that. Never really done much dirt bike stuff in my years, but Thomas has showed interest in the dirt bikes, so and doing enduro stuff like that. So yeah, so we're doing it together really.
This will be the first time competing at the event for 15-year-old Thomas Easton, who admits some of the man-made obstacles were challenging.
Definitely different. Yeah, quite a bit of fun though. Once you get the hang of those logs. Yeah.
And while Thomas has only been riding for a few years, his dad reckons he's shown great promise.
Keeps me fit and healthy, and it gets him out there off the computer and doing stuff, and and like I say, if he wants to keep doing it as long as he wants to do it and become a New Zealand or go overseas champion, stuff like that, then it's all there for him.
Thomas hopes his newfound skills on the tough man-made obstacle course will give him an edge when he competes in the final round of the Dirt Sprint Series next weekend. In Christchurch, the South today.
Two elderly radio stars are celebrating a special birthday party at their Dunedin rest home, but the event isn't to mark their ages. The pair host a fortnightly Radius Fulton Residents radio show and are marking 20 years of entertainment, bringing a little sunshine into the lives of their listeners.
Radius Fulton Residents show announcers Calvin Brooke and Jimmy Sprague reminiscing on 2 decades of ruling their local airwaves. The pair host a fortnightly show on Otago Access Radio, providing entertainment and insight into the life of residents at the South Dunedin Rest Home. They were joined by other residents this week to celebrate the show's 20th anniversary with some food and drinks. 80-year-old Brooke is proud of reaching the milestone and says being a radio show announcer is something he dreamt of his whole life.
Always wanted to do something like exactly what we're doing over the years, even right from a young fella.
The show features an hour of ageless music and topical talk, but 92-year-old Sprague says they're always looking for different ways to keep their listeners at home entertained.
We try to set the program that might suit the time of the year. that we're working in.
Rook and Sprague say being part-time radio announcers has given them a new lease on life and gives them plenty of new things to talk about with other residents at Radius Fulton. In Dunedin, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Medical professionals have taken part in a simulation of life-saving technology in remote Central Otago. Military historian Peter Trevathan wants to recognise the last known survivor of the Eureka Stockade Rebellion. And the Reed Gallery at Dunedin Public Library is hosting a Glory of Print exhibition showcasing the history of printing through the years. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome Associate Editor Mike Houlihan. Hello Mike.
Evening Hannah.
What can we expect in our Friday paper?
We've got hold of a decision from the Human Rights Review Tribunal, which unusually has heard a case involving the former Southern DHB and censured them for its involvement in an unfortunate care of a woman that did not go well. We've also got a follow-up to our story the other day about aged residential care in Southland. We've spoken to a Dunedin expert in the field who says things are as bad, if not worse, here.
Oh, okay.
Brathgate School in Dunedin has had a statutory limited manager put in place. Rabbits. There are rabbits everywhere, it turns out, in Dunedin and in South Otago, and we've got quite extensive coverage of that. Inside Out, the lifestyle section runs tomorrow and has got a trip around an industrial building in Dunedin.
Okay.
And our sports tabloid will probably have to cover that cricket game that we lost so unfortunately this morning over in India.
Sure. Okay, thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, a trough of low pressure will move over southern districts tonight, followed by cooler southwesterly airflow tomorrow. Heading to the top of the South Island, southwesterlies and showers are inbound with 17-degree highs in Nelson and Greymouth, warmer with 19 in Christchurch. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago, showers and moderate southwesterlies make their way down the coast here with 18 in Ashburton, 17 in Timaru and quite a wet 14 for Oamaru. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, a cooler day over here with southerlies and showers with 12-degree highs in both Queenstown and Wanaka, 13 for Alexandra. Heading further south, the wet weather continues with cool highs of 12 degrees expected tomorrow in Gore, Balclutha and the Catlins. Across to Invercargill, down to 7 with cool winds and showers tonight. Tomorrow's looking cloudy with showers and a high of 12 before an overcast Saturday with drizzle at times and up to 14 as the high. And finally heading to Dunedin, cloudy increasing tonight with a low of 13. Friday's overcast with rain and fresh gusty southwesterlies with a high of 14. The sun shines back on Saturday with cloud and southwesterlies and a high of 16 degrees. And that's the news this Thursday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand, or follow us on Facebook. Just search for The South Today to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite o popo.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
The South Today Bulletin, proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.